What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. We got another package today. This is by Jupe Bongarts. This is their clicker bust. If you're unfamiliar, Jupe is out of Germany. I previously got my Lurtz bust, which I absolutely loved. I did sell it only because I was going a different direction, but it was a phenomenal bust. And then he made this one. When I saw the review by Virtual Devil, an amazing YouTube channel for those French-speaking customers, and in general, if you just want to watch with subtitles. But he did a review on this. I freaking fell in love, and I had to order it immediately because not only is this from The Last of Us, which is literally one of my favorite video games of all time, but Jupe also helped in sculpting the clicker for the actual TV show, the HBO show. So this just has extra authenticity to it, knowing you're getting something that original, which is really freaking cool. So this came in a massive box, not super heavy. And I'm just gonna throw that box immediately away. I'm not keeping it. It's not styrofoam fit. It's really just tons of styrofoam peanuts and whatnot. So we're just using scissors to more or less, try to get this off. Usually I find scissors are the best route. This took, Jupe told me I'd get it in August when I ordered it. And so he wasn't, bang on accurate in terms of that. All right, let's see if we can. Oh, mama. I need better scissors. These are not good enough. Okay. Calm down, everybody. Calm the frick down. We got a clicker in the house. And you guys are getting first view. Granted, this video is going to release later, so I'll get the first view, but still. Gotta be extra careful around these fingers because it is silicone. Silicone's very dangerous against sharp objects. I don't want to freaking cut a finger off. Oh, mama, look at that. Jupiter's freaking cock. All right, let's. Styrofoam's always the friggin' bubble wrap is always difficult to get out. Especially here around this arm area, it's very tight. Ideally, if I could just pull off this tape, that would work ideal. There's some of it. Got the hand. We just cut where the tape is, will be golden. Okay, we're getting close, folks. So close. Yeah, definitely gonna have to take a duster to this and, all right. that's not safe. I need to get a new Lazy Susan. Alright, there's one small box, well, small wrapped one. This has the bloater. You know, bloater from the TV show. Oh my goodness. Oh my frickin' goodness. I don't know if the bloater is made of silicone as well. I don't think so. If it is, I'll be surprised. Okay, it's definitely not. Alright. Gotta check that out. So this basically pegs into the back. There's a lot of styrofoam everywhere. So let me clean up, and then we'll go ahead and review this bad boy. Initial thoughts. Oh my effing goodness. Woo. Alrighty, hold on. Alrighty, YouTubers. So we got this all cleaned up. I had to dust it, and of course, honestly, I know I got this thing for free to promote it, but I love this freaking thing for clean my bricks. It's so useful. No joke. But let's go ahead and measure this guy and review it. So, from the deepest part is just the back of the base. And obviously this front hand, which comes out about right there. I mean, you're looking about 27 inches. In terms of width, I'd say about 25 inches. Height, Jupiter's cock, 35 frickin' inches. Oh my goodness, this is like Infinity Studios big in terms of height and depth. You know, like the base is also, you know, probably as big as like Infinity Studios Joker. In terms of diameter, it's probably almost as big. You know, and let me just scoot this over so you guys can see. I mean, this is a female. This is silicone. Those are silicone boobies. Check that out. Real fabric cloth. You know, so this is very weathered, bloody holes. You know, it looks really good for the cloth. This whole thing is silicone, except for this bottom part. This feels like a resin. You know, and real hand punched hair. Like I can see it individually hand punched. And the crazy thing is, not only is there like, I'll do some close-ups, but there's a lot of hair throughout this entire clicker head. Now there's obviously you can see this like long girly hair back here because this is a female clicker. But then there's like little hairs in between, also like a moss effect. There's the blood dripping down the mouth because obviously she had eaten someone. Blood effect looks really well done. The teeth are also silicone, so like they're movable. They're not acrylic. They're silicone, but they look amazing. Silicone tongue. Obviously there is no eyes on a clicker, so you know you don't have to think about glass eyes on this. The teeth look rotted and gross. Yeah, goodness. They need to visit Dr. Mike to get a cleaning. The base resembles the whole, like, you know, virus of the, you know, the plague and everything from the TV show. So it looks really good. Let's look, a little gizmo. He's trying to eat any styrofoam, so I have to immediately clean it. Yeah, it's definitely quite deep with this arm. You know, but it's not Bruce Lee deep, because Bruce Lee not only has an arm forward, but he has an arm back. And so he is extremely difficult to display. This does not have a second arm. So you can view it one of two ways. It's just a one-armed bust, or the arm was cut off. Either way, you know, they got an arm chopped off. It's a freaking zombie. So I think it works. Nice thing about this bust is it is looking slightly upwards. Most busts nowadays are either looking forward or slightly down. Rarely do they look up. You know, so it makes displaying busts quite difficult. I feel like they always have to be a top shelf piece, you know, because of that. And so this looking slightly up, I can appreciate. Now, granted, I'm not displaying this down low. This is an up high piece for me. Also, it's so freaking tall that it definitely needs to be displayed up high. Unless I displayed it like we're at my Doom Ultimate, but that's not the plan. Luckily, it's not super, super wide, you know? So it's like I can definitely easily fit the Prime 1 Last of Us statue to the left on a 48-inch wide garage shelf, and it will look really good. You know, having the poster above, Last of Us Dio by P1, it'll look perfect. So overall, I like the base quite a bit. It's a huge step up from all of his previous bases that he's done that I've seen. You know, like my Lurtz bust, I wasn't a huge fan of that base. He did do Lurtz bust 2.0, which had the updated base kind of somewhat similar to this, where it's like, you know, thematically designed per the TV show with a character in the back, which is, you know, what a lot of, you know, like Queen Studios, even like ECC's been doing. Queen and Prime 1 did it with their Godzilla and Kong bust. So here we have a bloater, which is more or less just like a really old clicker that's had the virus in them for a very long time. They become very big. Their whole body is basically like the clicker. Because the clicker, for the most part, as you can see, it's like starting to like rot, or the disease is becoming more infectious, but it's mostly the face, and everything else kind of still looks like a runner, which is what the typical zombie is in Last of Us. The bloater, fully exposed, just absolutely disgusting and super powerful. They shoot like a gas at you, and they're like a boss in essence in the video game. So this did have a little metal peg to hold it in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and move that hair so it doesn't block it. Extremely cool concept having the bloater right here. And he looks fantastic. He's quite big as well. You know, like he looks like a solid 9 to 10 inches. Like he's pretty darn big, honestly. Like that looks like a 1/10 scale if I was to guess. Yeah, so like, look at that. Very cool. The transition's really good. I like the shirt quite a bit. I think it looks really well done. The way he weathered it, cut it up, and everything. Yeah, and so let's check out like this hair and the top of the clicker. So you can see right here, it's individually hand punched. It's brown. It's messy. It's, you know, it's how it should be for like a zombie. So no need to have this fancy and straight like my DC girls or Alita. But then inside these like layered, I don't even know what to call this, but all these layered crap is a bunch of hair. All right, sorry about that. I wanted to give you this side angle, how that looks, so you can like see basically the back of the bust and everything. Little gizmo, always on daddy's lap. But yeah, anyways, this like layered, almost like flower look has like hair kind of like, as you can see, like it's kind of hard to see in camera. Let me see if I can zoom in. You can see it right there. But yeah, there's like hair inserted in between it. And it's very dirty and grimy. Almost like freaking moldy. Because this virus is, you know, like a fungus is what they say. I think the colors look fantastic overall. They look really good. The likeness is perfect to a clicker. So like, you know, he got the design spot on. Obviously, I mean, freaking did it for the TV show. Goodness. The face looks absolutely incredible. Check out that mouth. Really cool, you know, and this whole design here is freaking awesome. See a lot of hair right there. You know, and just check out the paint app on the skin. It is really well done. See right here some sort of like moss or mold effect. Really well done on the sculpt. Like I said, look at the teeth. Very grimy looking. I need Dr. Mike to come check this out. Mike, can you fix that cavity right there? Yeah, Dr. Mike definitely needs to fix those cavities. But like I said, this is silicone, so like, look at that. Really cool. Alexa, shut up. What is she doing? Now, I don't know. Yeah, like, you can't lift up this shirt. I mean, you can like move it a little bit, but it's kind of like hardened. He like hardened it. And yeah, so let's check out this arm. So you can see like the infection, like they got bit right there. So similar to Ellie, she got bit right here. So this is one that got bit in the arm, turned. The bite mark looks great. See like the veins and the virus really coming out. And then there's a bunch of it right here, the virus looking effect. You know, and here again on the shoulders. Really well done. Almost looks like bone coming out right there. You know, and then here's the hand. There's my hand for size reference, so perfect size. You got some veins coming out. Grimy looking. Long girlish nails, which they actually feel kind of hard, almost like real nails. So a nice effect there. And again, silicone, so you can see it moves, which looks great. See, like even like the inside of the nail is just dirty and grimy. Yeah, I like that hand pose. Looks really good. Just ready to attack and eat another person. So overall, I'm extremely happy with this. It definitely turned out absolutely incredible. That portrait is absolutely amazing. Really digging it. The virus look, that mouth is insanely good. Like, that's definitely instantly one of my favorite mouths. You know, it's like Jupe definitely did an extremely good job on this. You know, of all my other like busts, the best looking mouths have been like Nun bust. Obviously, like my aliens have an incredible looking mouth. My predators, like, they're decent, but they definitely lack on the paint app. But conceptually, they should be the best. It's just the lack of paint app by Prime 1 and cool props. Pennywise has a great looking mouth. The Reaper still is my favorite mouth to date. No, I don't think the Clicker Bust can top that mouth, just due to the concept. But I'd probably put Clicker Bust at a solid number, maybe 2. It might top Nun, maybe not. I would say it's as good as Nun. Let's say that. You know, because Nun is incredibly good. You know, and I'd probably put him after Nun. And, you know, the alien busts. But yeah, that mouth is incredible. Now, that, you know, if we take away that mouth, that's the head part. It looks extremely cool. You definitely got to add the mouth. Otherwise, that's like, what the heck is that? So, you know, it's just like as a holistic, it's definitely one of the best looking portraits, like coolest looking of all my busts, as I anticipated. You know, like I said, the alien busts are my favorite in terms of like the overall head, but I would put this probably just right after it. A very close second after my alien busts. You know, then after that, I'd probably do Pennywise, Arnold, Nun as some of my favorites, you know, because I like the creatures the most. Yeah, and, you know, Lycan. The problem with Lycan is it needs glass eyes. Freddy and Jason look amazing. But yeah, this is definitely one of the best looking portraits of all my busts. And it has a very good presence. It's huge. And the whole body just looks awesome because of the whole, you know, zombie effects. The base is great. It's good size. I love the fact it has a bloater. You know, and it's not lacking on detail or paint anywhere. You know, I would say the only thing that I've seen that kind of like Jupe could have did a little bit better is, you know, he put like a foam right here. And I can see the foam. It's not perfectly cut. He kind of just got like a circular pad and glued it to the bottom. So I think he could have cut it to perfectly align to the bottom. It's not like a huge deal. I mean, it's noticeable up close, but, you know, I would say that's one thing I would fix. And I could probably, you know, get like a really sharp X-Acto knife and cut it myself if I wanted to. I might consider doing it. Now, it's mostly on the back. The front part he did cut. It's more so like on the back. Like if you view it from this angle, you can see it right there. The front part, he did more or less cut it. Just the back part, he didn't. But overall, I would definitely say this is a masterpiece, folks. One of my best busts in my collection. Definitely like a top 5 for me. You know, I'll have to let it marinate, but definitely a top 5 bust for me. Now, I am also looking into potentially getting a custom Kratos done. And it would be like as big as this, Infinity Studio style, double armed with weapons. I'm looking into getting that done, you know, commissioned, because Gaming Heads failed horribly, and I don't foresee any other companies doing it. And Kratos is my #1 most wanted bust. And now that I have this and all my other busts, I want Kratos and ideally a Jungle Hunter. And since Queen hasn't given us anything or no indication, no license announcement, Prime 1 hasn't indicated it, I'm looking at potentially just doing a custom and eventually selling off Fugitive Bust and doing, you know, just my Cool Props one, which eventually I'll probably get repainted, and then a custom Jungle Hunter. And if I do that, more than likely I would lower those two there and do Jungle Hunter there, and then those two down there. But let's go ahead and move Clicker Bust. Now, if you're wondering on weight, he probably weighs 15 to 20 pounds. He is a lighter bust, but that is generally the consensus when it comes to, you know, custom busts. They're never heavy. None, Pennywise, both flies a feather. This is heavier than both of those. It's probably as heavy as Lurt's bust was. You know, and the box was ridiculously big for shipping this. You know, so I don't know what shipping cost was. Jupe just gave me one flat rate for the whole piece. You know, it's cheaper than an Infinity Studios bust, I will say. But yeah, definitely well worth it. Very, very happy to have it. So thank you a ton, Jupe. You did an absolute amazing job. The only thing I did not notice was any type of COA. Would have liked that. I haven't looked at the bottom to see if there's any type of art on the bottom. I'll probably, you know, look. But I'm going to go ahead and move it into the video game room now. Alrighty, folks. So I have kind of 2 options for the Clicker Bust. One, I could get this, you know, do it this. Friggin' wife keeps texting me. You know, where the arm sticks out kind of that way. Kind of gives me a somewhat 360-degree view where I could view like the bloater and the base. And it's not really a walking hazard. I can angle it how I want. And then I could do the Last of Us Dio right there. And technically I could also do this right there and do Last of Us Dio there. I also was thinking of raising this shelf to allow me to do taller statues underneath. Because I find pretty much anything I put there has to be very short, otherwise I can't view it good. Like, you see that's there, can't see it at all. I can see Kid Link, so I might just do Kid Link, Majora's Mask, and Link there, but I've also considered doing Devil May Cry. You know, I'm also thinking if I do get the custom Kratos bust, obviously it'd have to go here. That's thinking, you know, of doing like Clicker Bust or, you know, Last of Us Style, then Clicker Bust. And then you do the Kratos diorama, then Kratos bust, or you could do Kratos bust in between them. Although I still kind of feel like I might do Clicker Bust, Last of Us, Kratos bust, Kratos diorama, and then Uncharted. And then lower Resident Evil there. Move Devil May Cry over here. And maybe do Aloy above. There's a few different options, but if I get the custom Kratos bust, we're going to do Kratos and Clicker Bust, and ideally like right there and there, ideally, if you think about it. Yeah, we could figure that out. You could definitely do like Clicker Bust, Last of Us, or Kratos Bust, and then maybe even if you did those two there, or just Uncharted. We'll figure it out. Anyways, here's Clicker Bust. You can see just how freakishly big this is in comparison to like 1/4 scales. It is a huge bust. Definitely like very big. You know, it's like, it looks ridiculously big there. It's kind of hard to film it in camera because, you know, it's better in person. I can like visually see it better. You know, you can see it next to like Bruce Lee. It's taller than Bruce Lee, bigger bust or bigger base. Bruce Lee's arm still sticks out more due to the pose. It's a little bit more extended, plus the fingers extend out. But then it also has that arm in the back that makes it even more difficult to display. Now, I've also thought if I ever was able to remove Bruce Lee, I could obviously do Clicker Bust there, Last of Us style, then Uncharted. And if we raise it, then you could do Tomb Raider underneath and something else next to it, you know, somewhat themed to that. But yeah, there is Clicker Bust by Jupe Bongarts. Let me know what you guys think. This is definitely a keeper and a grail in my book. So definitely one of the coolest busts in my collection. I will see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.